Hey guys, this is Cube Addict, and I have gotten a few requests from people that solve the Rubik's Cube that want to learn how to mod their store-bought Rubik's Cube and make it spin faster where it feels almost like a speed cube. And the reason why they asked me this is because if you've ever bought in a store Rubik's Cube, like just from a general store or something, you know how tight it can be, and sometimes it's just super hard where you have to like use your whole hand and push the whole time and just use so much force that just is not required when you can do stuff like this with the same style of cube. But they have issues with that, and they also have issues with not being able to cut corners. What I mean by cut corners is where they'll turn it to the side a little bit and be able to still move it. So it doesn't have to be necessarily in place, it just is very close to that area. But sometimes even with store-bought Rubik's Cube you do that, and that's asking the impossible for the Rubik's Cube just because it's not built for that. Now there are many different mods that you can do to make it turn smoother, to cut corners faster, to where it just spins better, where you can do finger tricks more. But I'm going to show you the ones that I've done before and the ones that I've seen work and the ones that I would recommend the most. Now the first one is to take your Rubik's Cube completely apart, and what you can do to take it apart if you've never done it before is to turn it to its side like this and then just pop this edge piece out. Now if you have a store-bought Rubik's Cube, more than likely you will not be able to do that with just your hands. You'll need to get something like a screwdriver or a butter knife. No, actually use a real knife because that might cut you. But you want to just stick it right under here and you just want to pop that out. It's just going to pop it out and just knock it out of a place where you can actually take a piece out. Now, if your Rubik's Cube is super tight and it's hard to twist and move, it may feel like it's going to break. But I've never had it break before on me, and anytime I mod somebody else's Rubik's Cube for them. So don't be afraid. Just take it apart, just keep prying it, wiggle it out, like just kind of wiggle it as you're popping it out, so that way it's even on all sides. I've never had it break, so don't worry about it breaking. So once you get all the pieces taken apart, then you'll be able to start looking at all these different edge pieces. I'm not going to take it that much apart, but you've got these little corners here on these little niches on the side, and what you want to do with these niches is you want to try to sand this part down. You want to use like a heavy piece of sand, heavy sandpaper, and just round this thing out. And you want to do the same thing on this side. Don't worry about anything else around the cube, or around this little cubie is what they call the cube little pieces. You don't want to worry about sanding the entire cubie itself. You want to just get this little piece right here, this little round part. So find the sticker and whatever that is right here, that's what you want to get out. Okay, same thing here, just get that part out. And for the corner pieces, it's very similar. You're going to have these little pieces right here, and it's going to be really sharp and jagged. What you want to do is you want to just round that out. You just want to try to get that rounded. And just super sand it like in this direction, and just keep going until it starts getting where it looks a little bit rounder. Same thing here, and same thing here. So it's going to take some time and effort, but that is the safest and surest way to actually mod your Rubik's Cube, because it's practical and reliable, and you can control what you do. Now I've seen other people take a knife, like just use something like this, and what they'll do is they'll come over here and they'll actually scrape it off like here, and just scrape off that edge piece. That is something that you can do, but the bad part about that is you may actually cut too much off, and then you've messed up your Rubik's Cube all the way. So I would not recommend doing that, just because there have been many accidents before. Now another thing that I've seen people do is they say to pop out one of these edge pieces, and if you need to, use a screwdriver or something to pry it out. And you've got like this little cup in here of something that you could fill into it or something. But what they'll do is they'll recommend, like sandpaper, to actually put the finest grain of sand that you have and put it in this little hole, or this little cup, I guess. And you can buy sand. I don't care where you find it, just as long as you find the finest sand that you can get. But you'll take this and you'll actually put it in here with the sand still in it. And what that's going to do is you want to kind of shake it around a little bit where all the pieces or all the sand flies in there and whatnot. And then from there you want to just really get it in there. And what it's going to do is it's going to scratch the inside, and it's going to scratch it and sand it where it needs to be, because that's what it needs to get to. So it'll only scratch what is needed and what's supposed to be. And then eventually the sand will fall out. So you want to put like something on the ground to catch all the sand when you turn it. But you'll want to go in here and you'll just want to scratch it around a little bit and just wait until it all comes out. And from what I think I've heard, do it about 2 to 3 times and it should get the job done. I've never tried it before, but it's very much like sandpaper, so that's why I recommend it. It should do the job just as well. To me, I like doing the sandpaper just because I get to control what I want to do and how I want to sand it. So I get to make the rules as to how much I want or how less I want. And there you have it. Store-bought Rubik's Cube that you modded to where it works pretty well like a speed cube. And it is, this is actually a store-bought Rubik's Cube that I performed the same techniques that I just gave you. And now it should be pretty much the same as this one. And as you can tell, I can do pretty good finger tricks on it. Be able to do T-perms pretty fast. So, but yeah, if you have any questions, give me a comment or comment on my video and or message me. But definitely subscribe to my videos if you haven't. I'm going to be posting up later stuff of like reviews of different kinds of Rubik's Cubes and different puzzles, as well as how to lubricate your different Rubik's Cubes and what kind of lubrication to use. So be sure to check that out. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys later and hope this worked out for you. See you guys.